It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Super Bowl champion Matthew Stafford as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Dolphins and the 49ers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. Brandon Gaudin, as always, joined by my good friend Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Niners in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. Bringing him out is the pride of North Dakota State, now in his 7th NFL season, Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
Wentz to throw on the first play from scrimmage. That's taken in by Watson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They start on the ground with Elliott. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now Wentz on third down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. I tell you, when Carson Wentz can really step into one and get that 6'5" frame behind it, he can really launch it.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that ball traveling 68 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Into the red zone, Wentz. Forced out to his left. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz. And he's got it. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up the first down. Mitchell diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
On On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Dolphins getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB in his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
A seasoned veteran. We're seeing more chapters being added in Stafford's decorated career. Secured a Super Bowl ring, remains a respected leader, and his stats, they're better than ever. Now we just continue to watch him climb the ranks of the NFL's all-time passing leaders.
Play action, Stafford. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Stafford. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You're talking about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near the goal line, here's Wentz. And Wentz will not be able to get rid of it. He's taken down for a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt. And if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
On the return, here's Agnew. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The last series for them a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Stafford here. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help them reach the century mark.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Miami.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go right back to Singletary. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Stafford. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Melvin Ingram coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
After the sack on 1st down, Wentz, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Play action. Now Wentz. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Singletary again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll run with Gibson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here taken in by Knox. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Stafford. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Now Stafford. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Maher is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Just keeping the play alive. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And San Francisco gets set to go here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalposts, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field goal again. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And he'll be out right at the 35. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing now is Wentz. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From his own goal line, Stafford finding Knox there, complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Now it's Stafford. Going right back to Knox. And he lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A first down carry by Elliott. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Elliott trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up
On 2nd and goal. Wentz, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Eric Ebron, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Niners have retaken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Miami set to take over. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Complete. Jefferson the target. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off of play action, here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 39. That one good for 26 and a first down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Again, it's Stafford. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. 3rd and 2, Stafford. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. 4th down now as San Fran's defense is strong in coverage. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And look, they got it. Good for them, but they were within his range. I know that would have been a long field goal. I'm kind of surprised he didn't kick it, though.
I guess what he's going to have to do is frame it as, I just had so much confidence in the offense there, that's why I went for it. It's not me saying you couldn't have made that field goal. I'm going to need you later. Stay ready.
Yeah, he did have the one miss earlier, but you're right. Stay ready. There's still plenty of time in this game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Oh, now an injured player down there, and this is not what you want to see. That's Justin Jefferson, who's having some issues. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 3 from the 9. Now Stafford. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A good display of power, but ultimately it gets him just inside the 5 to the 4 and no further. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing.
Touchdown! Marvin Jones, as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it to 26. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. On 2nd and 9. Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Wilson snags it left side. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Miami.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Singletary. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 54 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
P-Ride. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd and goal from the 1. Singletary is going backwards here. They come in and drop him all the way back at the 4-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Stafford to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Marr able to put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
Elliott running right. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
The tackle by Melvin Ingram. 4 yards on the pickup.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To throw is Wentz. And this one is incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment. I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. To throw is Stafford. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Isaiah McKenzie. 32 yards. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Short little throw to Ebron. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. Now he'll escape to his right. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And down to the 36-yard line here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wentz to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one lines up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Singletary. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. To throw on 2nd and 6. Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
1st and goal, the 4-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game.
49ers 17.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. It's caught by Jackson. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's Jackson again on the reception. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Wentz now on first down. Dancing to his left. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. To throw again on second down. Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Wentz now on first down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Now Wentz. Buying time to his left. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. A give to Elliott. Nifty move. 66 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Now Elliott. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott.
His 7th rushing touchdown of the year.
And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
On first down, it's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's McKenzie. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go right back to Singletary. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Here's Singletary. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run it here with Pirine. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run here with Singletary. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this will stay a 12-point game. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Carson Wentz in the offense. Down by 12. 1:47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Throwing is Wentz. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. And that's Elliott. Complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now Wentz. And he finds his target, Ebron. And he's going to have the Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now Wentz, got to have this one. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Dolphins' offense now heads back on the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. offense. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground, but both really started to come in sync. So for Miami, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.